Hey guys, so if you've been following our page for a while, you know that intermittent fasting is a technique we use basically to reduce calories and help people lean up or lose some weight. So traditionally, intermittent fasting is basically you're going to stop eating, say 6, 7, 8 p.m. And not eat again for about 14 to 16 hours, so taking you to around that 10 a.m. or 12 midday time slot. So what we want to do today is go through a few key points to see whether intermittent fasting is going to be suitable for you and whether it's actually going to bring you closer toward your goals. So the first thing we want to look at is your goal and activity level. So if your goal is to lean up and you need to reduce calories, then IF's definitely something that we can look at. Similarly, if you're a pretty low activity person, if you sit at a desk most days, you might weight train 3 to 4 days a week, but really you don't get much more exercise on top of that, then reducing the amount of meal times you have might be an effective way to ensure that you're not going to overeat. Compare that to if you're a very highly active athlete, you're training 1 to 2 hours per day at a pretty high intensity, then we probably don't want to be reducing our meal times to ensure that we are getting enough energy to support your recovery, to support your performance. The second thing we want to look at is training time. So if we're fasted, say in the morning, and we go and train, we need to make sure that we're getting some post-workout protein to ensure we are basically recovering and getting the adaptations that we're trying to create. If we train in the afternoon, this doesn't really matter as we're already going to have some amino acids from the protein in our system. The third thing we want to look at is, do you actually need to fast or do you just need to restrict your calories at certain parts of the day? So if you're like me and you like to have a big dinner and eat a lot more later in the day, rather than actually fast the entire time, I'll usually just have a protein shake or a coffee in the morning. So it's not really a fast, it's a bit of a modified restricted eating window. I think this suits a lot of people, especially those that do get a little bit hungry in the morning. If you just put something small in your system, it can carry you over to later in the day. The fourth thing we're going to look at is that you still need to make good choices whether you do intermittent fasting or not. So there's no point fasting for say 14 to 16 hours and then eating 2 takeaway meals within your 8 to 10 hour window. Regardless of the time that we don't eat, if you are eating more calories than you're spending throughout the day, you're still going to put on weight. So we need to make sure that we're still making good food choices.